This was the normal desire of every soldier, to help his compatriots fighting the Germans.
Some Poles from General Berling's army still believe today the Soviet version of events relayed to them then.
The aims of this uprising, the political aims of the uprising, were anti-the people, anti-Soviet, and all in all, directed against us, the soldiers.
In the 6th week, Stalin ordered some supplies to be dropped to the insurgents. This merely prolonged the agony. In the course of the uprising, more than 200,000 Poles were killed.
We had our part of the city where we lived for the 63 days as being completely free and independent. And I will never forget it.
The commander of the Home Army surrendered on October 3rd, 1944. The Germans marched all 800,000 civilian survivors out of Warsaw and then demolished the city. The Red Army would be able to enter without firing a shot.
This war will be long and hard, but the end is sure. The end will reward all toil, all disappointment, all suffering in those who faithfully serve the cause of European and world freedom.
Once again, Britain's Prime Minister poses for a photograph with Joseph Stalin in Moscow.
3 days after Warsaw surrendered, Churchill and Stalin met in the Kremlin. They sent for Mikołajczyk. They told him to accept the new Polish frontiers agreed at Tehran. Mikołajczyk said no. The Polish government in exile was doomed. In January 1945, Soviet and Polish troops at last entered Warsaw. They presented Poland with a new leader, Boreslaw Bierut. His face was unknown. In the years that followed, the Red Army's delay in taking Warsaw would be explained away by communist leaders. The memory of the Home Army's courage would be buried and obscured by lies.
Speak of history, and you're safe. The dead shall not rise up against you. Ascribe to them whatever deeds you want. They'll answer you with silence.
Joseph Stalin had played his cards well. Poland was not the loser of this war, but it was no longer the master of its own fate. Stalin had yielded just enough to placate the Allies, but not enough to lose any real control. He had worked to undo or discredit any independent political power within Eastern Europe, and now the destiny of that region lay largely in his hands. Poland had survived. It had been liberated by the Red Army, only to find itself in a world surrounded and dominated by the Soviet presence. A torturous struggle for power would result within Poland, a struggle that pitted Polish dreams of independence against Stalin's desire for a buffer from what he perceived to be a hostile world.
Major funding for this program has been provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Additional funding has been provided by the Alfred Yerzakovsky Foundation, the J.S. Johnson and Barbara P. Johnson Fund in the New York Community Trust, the Polish-American Congress, the Joyce Foundation, and the Friends of the Struggles for Poland. A complete donor list is available from WNET. You may order any one or all 9 episodes of The Struggles for Poland. Each home video cassette is $29.95 or $99.95 for the entire series. For credit card orders, call 1-800-451-7020. The Struggles for Poland chronicles the history of a nation once again at a pivotal point in relations between East and West. The companion book to the series, written by journalist Neil Asherson, takes you further inside the least intimidated society within the Soviet bloc. This hardcover volume is over 250 pages, features rare archival photographs, and is available for $19.95. For credit card orders, call 1-800-451-7020.